All right, what's up, everybody, and welcome to the Talon Cup 2019, the second edition of the most prestigious tournament in South African esports. My name is Simon Phoenix, and I'm joined, of course, by the ever present Paragon. Welcome.
Good morning. Yeah, super stoked to
Yeah,
be here.
morning. Morning is the
Yeah,
key word in
morning.
that phrase.
Don't remind me. I'm well worn already.
um, for those of you who don't know, Talon Cup is a event that we at Kausa put on every year so far, 2 for 2. And the central conceit of the competition is just a sort of fun competition where members of the community can get together and play with teammates of differing skill levels, get an opportunity to teach, get an opportunity to learn from better players, and just have a lot of fun playing against other members of the community. Um, the teams are constructed based on an average SR, so every player or a pair of players can sign up. They'll give their SR for each role. They'll give a preferred and a secondary role, and we'll split them up into teams um, so that all the teams have a mostly similar SR. This year, the SR is around 2850, I believe. So all these teams are on average around plat, but obviously you'll then get varying levels on each team. So, for example, Oink and Yoink, which is one of the teams in our first match, is an average of 2850-ish, but they have a mix between masters and silvers players. So each player gets exposed to a lot of different skill levels.
Yeah, it's a very good opportunity to get some exposure into the scene and mix and match with a bunch of high tier players. So a lot of newer players or just lower tier players can get involved, learn some new things, and just really have a good time. Meet some people, make new friends.
Exactly. The format of the tournament is a group stage into a single element bracket stage. So we'll be starting with the group stage. And our first team is Team Oink and Yoink, and it consists of Mito, Medusa, Severin, Little Smile, Gutbuster, and Cena. Mito and Severin, names that should jump out to any of you fans of local Overwatch. The two GG tanks this year. Mito, of course, transitioning from DPS, but by all accounts, a very stellar main tank. And the opposite team is Toxic Crocs, led by Toxin Socks, Obsidian Fury, Fluffy, Slick, Assassin, JDB, and a player who is now not in the lobby. I can't remember who that was.
Soul Eater.
Soul Eater. There we go. So we'll be jumping into the game right now. And then, so the group stage matches are a best of, series of 4 matches, so Overwatch League style. 4 matches are, you'll play 4 matches at least. If it's a 2-2 tie after those 4 matches, you'll move on to a map 5 tiebreaker, which will always be on control. But that means you'll get at least 4 matches per series, and the score could really be anything. So give us a bit of leeway for draws. Any draws will just get ignored, and there's no way you can draw the whole series. But scores could be anywhere from 4-0, 4-1, 4-0, 3-1, anything along those lines, and outstanding maps will just count towards map differentiate.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
we are ready to jump in here.
yeah, with at least 4 maps, hopefully we'll get to see some teams, make a bit of a comeback. It's not just a quick, 3-game speed run.
Exactly. And that also means that in the standings, it's way less likely to end in draws, and we have to do complicated tiebreakers, and everything just gets super messy.
I am not good at maths.
Yeah, well, thankfully, at least I hope we won't have to sort any of that stuff if it does come to that.
Yeah, that would be great. I'm already waking up early. You want me to do maths as well? You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, well, hilariously, 90% of the maths lectures at university start at 8, so...
Oh, okay.
That is actually a reality for a lot of people.
I can't believe
So,
that.
jumping into this game, on Lijiang Tower, just for reference, Oink and Yoink picked this map, and after that it'll be loser picks out of the 3 options.
Once the mission
Looks like we're going to be seeing... Tell us what we're seeing out of these two teams, Paragon.
Yeah, so it looks like Oink and Yoink are living up to their name. They're going to be playing the Orisa Hog with the Doomfist and the Reaper. So Doomfist going to be creating a lot of space. Reaper just going to be rushing in with the tanks, breaking down shields and shredding enemy tanks, which is definitely going to be a concern for Team Toxic Crocs. They're also playing the same comp though, except they're running the Ana, so they have the advantage of the anti-nade. If they can get a good anti-nade on the enemy team, then it immediately nullifies Gutbuster's Aura. So let's see how it goes.
Let's see how it goes. Indeed. Trying to get straight to point here is Toxic Crocs, but Slick immediately taking down Medusa on his way through. That means just 5 left for Oink and Yoink here, and that's Sebrin taken down off the back. But beautiful sleep from Fluffy there. And Ana really playing off in the early stages here. They're trying to get him to the point. Are Oink and Yoink, but there are 2 people down, but Assassin Dave. Oh my god! Sorry, that's Toxic Crocs. Turning the fight in their favor, as to be expected with their team fight advantage.
Yeah, no, definitely. Immediately Fluffy playing off that purple nade. Got a nice purple nade on the back line. They got a good, huge pick on the Lucio and Medusa. So that allowed them to really dictate that fight because they still had the speed. And
big pull, nice. 45 there from Syrian Fury. Posturing here, Coalescence does come out. Cena take it down, but Gutbuster with the return kill. Make that 2 off the back of the early Coalescence. Make that 3 with a little purple orb. Can he get any more? This is a support display here. Muto finds a kill on Syrian Fury. At this stage, it's just clean up for Oink and Yoink as they take back the point at 33%.
Yeah, good push in there from Oink and Yoink. They did manage to divide them nicely. Huge Coalescence there from Gutbuster. They really played to their advantage. He did very well to charge that in 1 round. So, yeah, well played to him.
Yeah, now on defense is Oink and Yoink. He'll be looking to utilize that Oink and Yoink to great effect here.
Yeah, we've also got Lethal Smile here up on the high ground, looking to see if they're pushing in up there. Just trying to see if he can get some picks.
Good position from the Doomfist, taking down Cena. Assassin JDB. Wow, letters in a row. Going in very early there. Nice hook in onto Mito. Groot anti-heal to follow up. Yoink. Not taken down just yet. Yes. Eventually Obsidian finds a kill. Now, bit of a whole hog off here, but a lot of ultimates committed for both teams. People's ulti somewhere. That's just to get back. But at this point, advantage clearly in the favor of Toxic Crocs. Nice hook onto Slick with Severin. Taking down Toxic Crocs in the meanwhile. And they get aggressive here. Nice work from the DPS of Toxic Crocs. They take down 2. Now it's just a matter of cleanup, but they need to do it quickly. Time is ticking away for them here. Assassin JBD, he finds the last 2 kills here. Just Mito left on the point. Gonna be buying a little bit of extra time here for Oink and Yoink, but he's not long for this world. As they flip the point now at 68%.
Yeah, so pretty messy fight there. But Severin going in behind there to try and get a bit of a flank. Unfortunately gets slept by Fluffy. Massive sleep means he's out of position. He can't help his team on point. Rodog got that big health pool. He really needs to be on point to be contesting with that health pool. Unfortunately he got caught off after what they're trying to do. So the tanks really got divided there. And unfortunately that's just what did Team Oink and Yoink in there. They need to stick together.
Stick together indeed. Great halt there. On Toxic Crocs, but no follow-up just yet. Lethal Smile taken down there by his opposite number. Assassin JBD's Sabongo down. Halt in, not finding anything just yet. Toxic Crocs ahead in this team fight now, especially with a bunch of kills here. Off the back of a good initiation from Assassin. Need to clean this up quickly though. Need to be careful of Severin, but no. With all those kills, he's just a big out battery. But coming in here is the Doomfist of Lethal Smile. Can he find any more kills? Nothing just yet. Taking down my Soul Eater. Toxic Crocs firmly in control of this one.
Yeah, so pretty much what happened there. Toxic Crocs using their ults first, popping on the supercharger right away. They're popping ults early. They're taking control of the fight from the get-go.
Severin managed to sneak his way onto the point here, but they're at a great disadvantage though.
Huge
Severin hooking up to find some kills there. That's a big pick, like you say. Ana going down, but Severin not long for this world. That whole hog leaves you open to a lot of fire. And Soul Eater with a big cleanup Reaper ulti there. Death Blossom to close that one out.
Unfortunately, Medusa did use his beat earlier in a fight. I'm not sure if that was against an enemy ult, but unfortunately that meant they didn't have it there when they desperately needed it. They did pop the bongo to counter in that fight. That was a long extended fight, but unfortunately, like I said, Toxic Crocs using their ults first, really dictating the pace of the fight. So I think we need to see some more assertiveness from Team Oink and Yoink, and I think Severin needs to play a little bit closer to Mito, because in that last fight he did get split up as well.
Well, in that last fight, he kind of had to make his way to point there. If he doesn't go straight to point,
True.
they lose anyways.
Fair enough.
Just a reminder, Mito and Severin are the tank pair for the current PS Gaming champions, ostensibly the best team in the country. But coming out here, we're looking at a bit of a dive compositions here, or at least from the side of Oink and Yoink. Mito and Severin on the ball and the monkey there. Pharmacy for both teams. They're going to be dueling it out in the sky. No hits just yet, Medusa. Taking a hit there. He's careful not to lose all his HP. Nothing just yet, but there is action on the point here. Severin's ball. Gonna try and make something happen here. Gets on top of the Ana in the backline here. Can he get anything out of this? Meanwhile, his team falling in the backline. He's making space, but it's not enough to give his team opportunity to win this team fight. Toxic Crocs. We're cleaning up here. Slick on the Roadhog. Making quick work of the Doomfist. Farah in the sky.
Yeah.
Gets a nice hit on Medusa. If you find anything more, you're just going to be pumping a shield. Pressure on there, force them back if they can. He's taking a lot of hits here from opposite Farah.
Yeah, they need to get a lot more damage on that shield.
Yeah, they do. Nice boop forward onto the Orisa. Do they find that kill? Yes, they do. Kill, but nice boop.
Rocket barrage incoming.
Assassin, huge ulti there from the opposite Farah onto Medusa and Cena. Can they get anything else here? No, Oink and Yoink gonna have to back out here. Nice recovery there from Toxic Crocs.
Yeah, so Toxic Crocs again, they're just really dictating the pace of the fight. They're pushing forward, they're pushing into Oink and Yoink. They're really giving it to them. Oink and Yoink not getting enough damage on that shield. So Obsidian getting a whole lot of value out of his shield. It's staying up a lot longer than the enemy teams. So I think the Pharah needs to try and spam down the shield a bit more, put more pressure onto the Orisa so they can't stand in that forward position.
Ooh, Fluffy, finding that kill on Lethal Smile. That's the kind of thing you want out of your Ana. That little bit of extra DPS can turn it to the tide of a fight before it even starts. Severin almost sent into the hole here. But at this point, Wikinunk's in a little bit of a difficult position here. They down a member.
Oh, that's a huge loss.
Lose Gappa, so that's a huge kill, as you said. They need to be getting that back. Okay, he does get rezzed. Is paying off here, or if Slicky gets taken down by the Oink and Yoink of Oink and Yoink. They're gonna be looking to get aggressive here. Gutbuster. Good work with that second life here as he comes in. Oh, Fire ulti goes in, doesn't find anything except his own life. Oh! Ulti though in return. Soul Eater getting aggressive. There was a barrage used in the backline by Lethal Smile, but he's taken down very quickly by Obsidian Fury and Toxic Crocs. Wow, it's really hard when their name is identical to one of the players' names.
Yeah, unfortunately, again, in the last fight, just no answer for the Reaper ult. You know, it's something they need to be more aware of, they need to pay more attention to, and they need to have an answer when he pops it, otherwise things like this are gonna happen. Not to mention the barrage.
Yeah.
He's just standing there, look at that.
Oh no. Made them look a bit silly there. Good play from Soul Eater there, he did find so many good Reaper ults there, and 74% kill participation.
Yeah, he's really getting a lot of value on the Reaper, and they're really gonna need to try and shut them down. I know they're called Oink and Yoink, but I really feel like they maybe need to run a Sigma instead of the Roadhog, maybe, and then also run a Mei. I think a Mei is gonna do wonders for them. She can freeze the Reaper in the backline. He's gonna be forced to shift out, and then shifts on cooldown. You can't just run back in and punish the tanks.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, we are still on the World Cup patch here, so Sigma Orisa is still considered the preeminent meta. The PTR patch has not yet hit live, so
Clicky shields.
you would expect a lot more Sigma Orisa, but both teams seem to be favoring the Rodokan, and obviously these are kind of thrown together teams. You don't really know what each player is comfortable on.
Yeah, I do feel like I have to point out though that Fluffy being on Ana is making a absolutely massive impact for Team Toxic Crocs, because the purple nades are pretty much making Gutbuster, you know, it doesn't matter how good you are of a player, if your team is purple, you can't heal them. So Gutbuster not getting as much value on that Moira at times, you know, when his team's antied. And also, obviously, it makes it very difficult for tanks like Severin to kind of look in, you know, be aggressive, because she's just going to hit you with that sleep as well. And then you're going to be vulnerable to their pull. So very difficult playing against that Ana. They need to find some kind of way to shut that Ana down.
Yeah, it's difficult though, because you can just play so far back behind the Hoggarus, and getting to her with your own Hoggarus is not.
Yeah, I think that's where the Doomfist needs to come in. The Doomfist really needs to get on that Ana and punish.
Yeah, well, should be said that Fluffy is one of the higher ranked players on this team, so he's the kind of player that's going to be looking to carry, and choosing to play that Ana and seems to be doing a good job of that so far.
Yeah, definitely. But I do think that you know, at the end of the day, it still does come down to a bit of leadership and teamwork, you know, and just some cooperation. You know, just ask your Doomfist, can you please get on the Ana? Think of it like a comp game. You don't know who you've been matched with, so. Actually, this is a comp game with advantage, because at least you had a few days to practice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think they were. I mean, you scrimmed with them, right? So.
Yeah, no, I did actually scrim last night with Team Oink and Yoink. I had to fill a slot for them because one of their players unfortunately was not available yesterday evening. And I must say, one of my favorite things about this competition is just the way that it enables newer people in the scene to just come in and learn about the game. And I did see a lot of that last night. I did see a lot of coaching going on, so it's always very nice to see.
Yeah, that is super awesome. What's not awesome is what we're seeing out of Oink and Yoink here. This is what you were looking for, right? The Sigma Rissinger, and they're looking for a very aggressive defense here with the Bastion in They're taking a lot of damage here. They do find that Immortality kill, do take it down. Little Smile though, getting the kills. In the meanwhile, no movement on the card yet. Rotating a little bit out is Oink and Yoink to get aggressive onto Fluffy, taking him down, and now it's just clean up. Obsidian Fury, he's not long for this world as he tries to get out of there, but can he get out? No, Severin finds a headshot with those hyperspheres.
Very nice. Good defense there from Oink and Yoink. They stood their ground. They got purpled. I mean, that was a massive anti-nade. When I saw that go in, I thought, there's no ways they're getting back from this. But they did. They held their ground. They stood there. The Bastion just held down Mouse 1. And they managed to pull away from that fight. Let's see if they can do it again.
Rotating around here is Toxic Crocs. Nice reflect there onto the little orb. And he finds the kill onto Lethal Spear. Lethal Smile. And wow, immediate follow-up there with the Dragon Blade. And he finds so many. Assassin, JDB making short work of Oink and Yoink there.
Yeah, very fast cleanup there from Toxic Crocs. Assassin JDB did a very good job to build up the blade so quickly, and the pick on the Bastion, you know, I think he just popped deflect, and unfortunately the Bastion dumped a whole lot of bullets in, trying to break the shield and shred the tanks. So yeah, Lethal Smile going down too quickly. Unfortunately, Gutbuster didn't get out the immortality fast enough.
Yeah. Looking to make another defense here. Oh, Oink and Yoink. Need to be careful.
Oh!
Like last time. Nice work from Slick there. Gets around the shield. Gets the hook on Lethal Smile and takes him down. Cena though with the return. Gutbuster putting in work as well as Medusa. Can they get any more kills here? They're moving forward now. Need to get onto that point. Stop it from moving. And this is a nice defense from Oink and Yoink here. Started off pretty poorly, but they held their ground and managed to bring that one back.
Yeah, it looks like Toxic Crocs got a bit too aggressive there. Fluffy's still on the cart. You know, so he's having difficulties maintaining line of sight. You've also got to keep in mind that he can't heal you behind shields. So they did get the Bastion, which was huge value, but he is back now, so they're gonna have to deal with him another time.
Oh, Genji. Assassin getting aggressive. He finds Gutbuster. Not quite sure what he was doing so far forward. Looking for a bit of extra damage, but ends up being taken down. And now without the immortality field, that makes your Bastion a lot harder to play.
Oh, there's the deflect.
Here he comes, Assassin with another Genji Blade. He won the last team fight with it. Can he win this one? So far, so good. Soul Eater and Assassin working together here to pick up a bunch of kills. Sigma, last one left on point here, and he's taken down.
Divide
Gutbuster
and
can't be
conquer.
doing that.
Yeah, definitely. Divide and conquer. So Gutbuster going down like that. The blade comes in, and Team Oink and Yoink just scatter. They've got 4 ults on their side, but unfortunately losing Gutbuster so early means that they have pretty much lost that fight. So I think they've made the decision to save ults and try and use them here to keep the enemy team in choke.
Yeah, definitely a very good call if that was the case. Nice. Yoink coming in there from Oink and Yoink, not finding anything off the back of that just yet. Immortality field going down. amplification matrix going down as well. Can they find anything out of this? So far, good play from Toxic Crocs, just getting a timeout, playing safe while still getting good motion on that card. At some point they're gonna jump out here with a Hoggerus and let's make something happen. Assassin. He gets an aggressive again. He finds a kill on Lethal Smile, but pays for it with his life. Reaper coming in here. This could be enormous. Need to be careful. He does get on top of Gutbuster and almost takes him down.
Boostio!
Oh no, that's not what you want to see. Fluffy, I thought you were better than that. Severin finding 2 kills there. Still a couple of reds in the team fight here. Not for long. As Oink and Yoink find the return kills. Fluffy though finds a killer Medusa, but he's taken down by Severin in the meanwhile. Assassin, JDB, still messing around here, but he's gonna pull out and wait for his team.
Yeah, Assassin doing a really good job there, getting in on that Bastion. He's punishing him every time with the deflect. Lethal Smile needs to be paying more attention to when he's using that.
100%.
Just stop shooting, man, and you'll be okay.
Just stop, boy. It is just
there
that
goes
that's the kind of thing where you can see maybe a more experienced player wouldn't be making those kinds of mistakes, but that's Talon Cup for you when you got 3 Masters level players on your team. The rest of you can't be that good to keep the balance. Here he comes in, nice immortality field, dude, keeping his team alive. Sigma ulti going in from 7 lane. He finds Soul Eater before he can really do much of anything. Assassin, JBD in the background here, gets taken down. Eventually, Lethal Smile getting his revenge. Obsidian Fury, all alone on the point and taken down.
Severin playing risky here, and that's a coalescence from Medusa to top him up, but there's no one in the fight. There's a bit of a questionable out there from Medusa, but yeah, Severin being very ballsy there in front, going down to a sliver of HP, but he does take down Obsidian. Yeah, so Assassin using the blade, massive immortality from Gutbuster there. That was really well done. He had to spend 2 or 3 slashes getting that up, but it looks like they're rotating around him here.
Here he comes, Assassin. Rotation there from Toxic Crocs. Slick finds Lethal Smile immediately. Gutbuster spawn. And Soul Eater with another
bullets
big death
everywhere.
On top of everyone. Nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. Oink and Yoink, can we make some progress here? Or rather, dying and the other team will make progress.
Yeah, so far I definitely feel like Toxic Crocs are getting more value out of their ults. So at the moment, they're the team dictating the pace of gameplay. Just by virtue of the fact that they are building the ults faster and they're using them earlier, and that's a big sleep. What is Severin doing here?
A little bit of jumping the gun there from Obsidian Fury, but they do end up finding the kill.
Yoink!
Nice hook onto Lethal Smile, huge! Takes him down as well. Now it's a 2v4.
Another blade!
JBD gonna be going in with a nano blade here. Cryo is gonna protect the Mei, but not for long. You'd have to expect. But no, she gets out of it, she's freezing. Toxic Crocs still getting up. They haven't quite got it yet. Mei taken down eventually, and the cart will roll on through point 2.
Yeah, very well done there. Unfortunately, it seems like there was a bit of miscommunication on the side of Oink and Yoink. Severin going in there quite early to contest, gets slept unfortunately, so he does get caught out. But there's quite some delay between him being caught out and the rest of his team coming to contest points. So by the time he dies, that's only when they arrive. Unfortunately, that's just too late.
Yeah, Assassin JBD. He's been riding a pretty aggressive line here and finally gets punished for it a little bit.
To be fair, it's been working out for him. He's been building those ults very fast. He's already 40% to his next blade, so why not?
Fluffy matching him there with the nano boost, so we'll probably see another nano blade coming out of them. Slick taking a bit of an alternate angle here, trying to get some hooks in on the side. Severin quite far in front of his team here. When his shield goes down, he needs to be careful, but he does find the kill on Soul Eater. That's not how that's supposed to go. And he finds another kill on Assassin. Yeah, whatever, Assassin. Now he's getting super aggressive, looking for more. He needs to be careful. The boot from the back line, not quite enough. Toxic Crocs just gonna have to back up here a little bit and reset.
Yeah.
Oh, Slick with a huge hook on Medusa there.
Again though, the Ana doing a lot of work in the back line. Big nade. Here comes the Roadhog gold.
There's Blossom, nano boost onto the Reaper. He's gonna look to clean up. Tox finds Lethal Smile with a full stray sound blast. The bullets they can find any more. Looks like they don't really need to as they move back towards point now. Get some more progress in towards that third cap.
Yeah, slow but steady progress here from Team Toxic Crocs. They're taking it easy. They're letting Team Oink and Yoink get aggressive and then punishing them for that aggression.
Bongo comes out here from Oink and Yoink. Severin quite aggressive.
Oh, that's big.
Flux here. Can he find any kills? That looks like a lot of damage, and it is. Severin taken down, or rather Soul Eater taken down. Toxic Crocs taken down. Beautiful ultimate there from Team of
6K blade.
Assassin. Gonna be trying to make a huge play here with that Itality field. Makes him look very silly at the end of the day, but a good push from Toxic Crocs.
Yeah, very, very good push from Toxic Crocs, but also that last defense from Oink and Yoink was perfect. They saved their ults, they used them perfectly executed. You know, the Bongo going down, then the Gravitic Flux, and right after the Gravitic Flux you follow up with the Blizzard. Just cleans the point and gives Toxic Crocs no opportunity to continue contesting to get to that third point.
Let's talk about that Genji a little bit, though. Really not the kind of hero you've been seeing much of in the meta these days.
Definitely.
Really picked just to counter the Bastion and did a really good job of it.
Yeah, I think the only reason that the Genji is working here is because the Bastion, he's getting up in his face, using that deflect, getting a whole lot of ult charge of the deflect, and then getting the pick onto the Bastion, which is absolutely vital in shield versus shield. The Roadhog as well, doing a great job. Slick on that Roadhog. You know, they're putting down the Immortality, Team Oink and Yoink, but then Slick just says, get over here. Pulls the Bastion right out of there and into his team. And then the Immortality is pretty useless after that. So, yeah, it's something that Team Oink and Yoink are going to have to look at if they are going to play Bastion again here.
Looks like that's what they want to do. One thing I should mention, Paragon. Slick is a substitute for this team. Sanshin usually be the player in his spot, and he will be joining them after this match. Unfortunately, couldn't make it to the 9 a.m. start, but
yeah, unfortunately, we are going to be seeing a lot of that. There are a lot of games in the Talon Cup. We obviously can't expect everybody to be here, you know, for a for the whole day. So, you know, subs are going to be expected from time to time. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is.
And it kind of fits into the whole motif of the Talon Cup, just exposing you to a lot of different things, a lot of different teams and players. Oink and Yoink going to be running that Bastion, like we mentioned a little bit earlier. Running the double shield as well, so an identical composition this time, though. Medusa going to be on that Mercy instead of on the Lucia, which I think was on before. The
Mortality goes down.
Barra in the background, though, making a real nuisance of himself. Assassin, first on the Genji, now on the Pharah, and being a real difference maker on this team. Toxic Socks, oh my lord. Toxic Socks on the Mercy, it's going to be backing him up, and they do find that kill courtesy of Fluffy onto the main tank, but that's still why you want the Mercy. Bringing Mito back there with the use of that Resurrection. Looking to find a little bit more here. Oh, nice Yoink there from Mito onto the Pharmacy, but not able to find any kills. Not much happening here until Lethal Smile. The help. Oh, they've just been ignoring him the whole time, and beautiful job using that to his advantage, getting out behind them and using the Rocket Barrage to clean up this team fight. Toxic, he does die, but Tox brings him back immediately.
Yeah, that's very well played from Team Toxic Crocs. They're taking the fights nice and slow. They're not over-aggressing into Team Oink and Yoink. They're just letting them come in, and as they come in, just dealing with them one by one. Pharah getting a lot of value there. You know, Assassin, JDB, really building ults. Even the same way that he's doing on the Genji, he's doing on the Pharah as well. And as you can see from that boop in the backline, he's really disrupting Oink and Yoink's team comp.
100%. Let's see if we can get anything else done here now. He's still playing the same kind of role here. They don't have anything to deal with them if Lethal Smile can't get the damage on top of him. And he can't even get set up at the moment. They had to use the Immortality field there just to stay alive, and they're getting pumped right back into the door. You know, Severin said on Twitter, Fluffy's going to get spawn camped, but I can't help but notice that Fluffy's the one spawn camping here.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Team Oink and Yoink are just, like you said, struggling to get set up here. They need to get the Bastion a good angle to just hold down mouse 1 on the enemy shield and the enemy main tanks.
Amplification matrix coming out here. Lethal Smile actually in a good position now to get the damage in, but Assassin coming in on his ulti here very soon, and once that comes out, you know they're going to be looking at getting aggressive on top of Oink and Yoink. Very bunched up. Here he comes in, Assassin with a big ulti in the backline. Lethal Smile taken down straight away, finds the Mercy. That's no res. Now it's just a matter of Toxic Crocs cleaning up. Tox gonna try and get in there for a res. You mad, man. Ends up throwing his life away. I get it. He's good, but like, better.
Yeah, so this is a big opportunity now for Team Oink and Yoink to get out of the spawn. There's 2 down. They have the spawn advantage. Severin gets frozen. Oof.
Does get taken down, but Lethal Smile finds Obsidian Fury, and there's no mercy to bring him back. And meanwhile, Medusa brings Severin back. So a good trade from the point of view from Oink and Yoink here. They might finally be able to get some motion here on this card, which has been dead still since this round started. Only 60 seconds left, and they got a long way to go.
Casual 2 minutes now, but Mito's going to be saying, it's our card now, boys.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's see if they can hold on to it.
That Bastion setup, it's going to be hard to aggress into this, and no Genji on the side of Toxic Crocs like there was last time, which is working so well for them. 6 ultis on the side of Oink and Yoink, 4, almost 6 on the side of Toxic Crocs. It's going to be a very explosive team fight.
Oh, what's Assassin looking to do here?
Oh, Gutbuster needs to be careful, getting aggressive on the high ground, but he finds the kill on Assassin. Lethal Smile finds the Mercy as well. That's a disaster for Toxic Crocs here. Now they need to beat a hasty retreat here, but I don't think Oink and Yoink's going to let them go too easily, but they managed to keep 3 alive, but that's a guaranteed point take from Oink and Yoink, and they used 1 ulti.
Yeah, I think Oink and Yoink's composition right now is very, very strong now that it's on the cart. Toxic Crocs, they're going to struggle. They have a very static comp, and the Bastion's got a good position, mobile position. The tanks are going to just be giving him cover. So, yeah, I think they might need to comp switch here. They might need to pull back on the Ana for the anti-nade. Maybe even bring the Genji back.
Oh, big Yoink there from Oink and Yoink. They find the Immortality Field, but that's also for Assassin, making the difference once again as he finds a hit onto Lethal Smile. Medusa out of position a little bit here, but not taken down just yet. That's an Immortality Field down for both teams down. Both teams do still have that Resurrection if anything goes too wrong, but Slick finds Mito here, and they finally managed to push Oink and Yoink off the card. That's a big moment for Toxic Crocs, because it's going to be really difficult to get set up back on the point here.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a problem at the moment in that corridor.
Lethal Smile. Finding the kill on Obsidian Fury, and this is what Oink and Yoink needed. They don't need to get stuck here. You can keep moving, keep being set up on the card here. Find the kill on Fluffy, you'd presume, out of position. Although Fluffy, still alive here. Actually should have died a lot earlier.
Yeah, should have gone for the card touch, but I think he was maybe looking to just be annoying.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, working towards his ulti as well, so there's something to say about that.
So yeah, I mean, again, we see Oink and Yoink on the card. Toxic Crocs losing a lot of progress here, and they're gonna struggle.
Oh! Finds the kill immediately! Assassin JD!
Where did he come from?
Finding the kills again. Toxic Crocs managed to get something out of that, but still not team fight 1 yet. Oink and Yoink still got a couple of healthy players on the point here. Cena finds the kill on Soul Eater's May there, and that could be the thing that secures this team fight for them. Severin finds Toxins, just Obsidian Fury left. Fluffy as well. Immortality Field comes down. That's a little bit annoying, but it's 2v4. Make that 1-5. Make that Toxic Crocs. Gonna have to look to set up a point defense on point 3 here.
Yeah, Toxic Crocs getting some good contests here, but I just feel like their composition's not helping them. I see they have switched out to the Hanzo. That's gonna definitely help a lot more with point clear and shield break. I think the Mei might struggle a little bit still, but I guess we see how it goes.
In theory, the Mei could displace Sebastian, put him in range of a flurry of shots from the Hanzo. So
Yeah, it's a very difficult wall to land though, especially when he's on card. It's difficult to get good line of sight
especially
on
on this card.
Yeah.
This card's a bit of a lip at the back there, which you can hide behind. At this point though, nothing to fear from Oink and Yoink. They've got the ultimate advantage, they've got positional advantage here, and now they have the kill advantage. This map for Fluffy, taken down but brought back to life immediately.
Oh! There it is, there it is!
Big amp matrix put up in the sky. I called it Paragon. Assassin finding the follow-up kill there. Huge play from Soul Eater's May.
How did he find that wall? Absolutely well played, Soul Eater. That was incredible. Huge defense now for Toxic Crocs. They've got 1 minute left on the timer. But unfortunately, Oink and Yoink have a good spawn here.
Yeah, what I'd like to see from them here is just delay this fight for as long as possible and close it out with the May ulti. They need to be careful of the Reaper ulti on the opposite side.
Assassin JDB also building up their dragons.
Oh, he does have the dragons now. That's a good point. That's a good way to buy them the time they need to get the timer down to 0. Let's see how they use it. Maywall goes down here. Lethal Smile getting set up. Nice and aggressive here. Mito moving forward as well. There's the dragons. Looks huge. But the Immortality Field makes a big difference. With huge play from Assassin. He finds the Immortality Field, giving his ulti the space to do the damage. And he takes down both the DPS here. Soul Eater finds Medusa's 18 seconds on the clock here. There's not enough time for them to get back in. Mito takes down Soul Eater though. Maybe that's the opening they need, but I don't think they're going to have space to get onto the point here. Severin going to have to be the hero here once again. Huge ulti banks from Oink and Yoink, and here it comes out. Big Rabbinic Flux onto 2 members of that team. Cena follows up with the Death Blossom. Oink and Yoink are actually going to do it. They're going to push through here. It's just Assassin JDB. He's been great, but I don't think he's 1v6 good just yet.
Oh, this is a blizzard!
Pushing 2. Blizzard comes in. This could be huge. Lethal
That's a
strike.
massive
Take it
blizzard.
down. Assassin finds 2. I said he was 1v4.
Oh!
That was
So,
close.
so
What
close.
a game. Wow, what a finish.
That was absolutely amazing. Well played to both teams, but ultimately, Oink and Yoink taking this map.
Play of the
Severn, play of the game.
Play of the game. Probably that gravitic flux right at the end.
Yeah, here it
Oh,
is.
but this is not the first round, yeah. This is what helped them close this round out. This beautiful
Bonk.
gravitic flux and great ulti follow-up from the rest of his team.
Yeah, again, we saw that again at the end of their attack as well. You know, just a really good combination of ults. They're executing them very well now, so I think you can actually see the synergies building up, and they're starting to come together as a team.
All of you team captains, looking at players here, Assassin, JDB, a standout performer in this match so far. Unfortunately, he's spoken for. Currently a member of Rage Quit Odyssey, the newest Rage Quit team, moving over from EGSA, but really showing himself to be a stellar performer in this match so far.
Yeah, definitely. He's put in some very good work on the Genji and the Pharah. Like I mentioned before, he's building ults very quickly and using them effectively as well. He's gotten very good value out of most of his ults. Unfortunately, Gutbuster is being the thorn in his side with the immortality fields, getting some good immortality fields to counter his blades. But even the Dragon Strike, you know, there was an immortality there. They used the dragons, burned it down. They got the Bastion and one other pick. So, you know, again, good value. He's doing a good job. But yeah, I'd like to see a bit more assertiveness from Oink and Yoink. I think they struggled in the first map to kind of find their stride. Now in Havana, they've really gotten into it. So I think maybe we on our third map here, it looks like we're going into King's Row. We see a bit more assertive and dominant gameplay from Oink and Yoink. But yeah, see how it goes.
Let's see indeed. Just to fill you in, since we're on the topic of what teams these guys play for, Meter and Severn, obviously we spoke about
Now
on GG.
entering
Fluffy
King's
joining
Row.
them for 2020 as well, so a bit of a Goliath Gaming team kill here. Assassin, like we said, on Rage Quit Odyssey, formerly of BBC Divinity. Hazard on a team.
Initiating
Lethal Smile on XVG, and Gutbuster used to be a member of the ATK squad. He used to mostly play Mercy there as a sub. Tox, of course, a stalwart of 2CP. He's been on there his whole career. And yeah, Chronic Underdogs, Sanction, of course, on Chronic Underdogs, but he's not here. But you will be seeing him later on if we do catch any more of the Toxic Crocs' matches. Also, just to inform you guys that we did our best with the scheduling to make sure we're catching at least one game from each team. So
Yeah, I can confirm that thanks to assistance from Authorize, we are catching each team at least once.
ready for battle.
Some teams today will be casted twice, but yeah, hopefully we can see some more teams tomorrow that we didn't see too much of today.
yeah, 100%. So
Attackers
since we're on the
incoming
topic
in
as well,
30
tomorrow we will be doing our playoffs brackets. Today is just a group stage, and we'll know exactly once the day ends. Last match is at 8, so you guys can stick around all day. There'll be matches going on. We'll be here all day, Paragon and myself. Although Paragon will be succeeding casting duties to Naomi Mizuki at what, 3 o'clock, I think?
I think around about 3, yeah.
Yeah, so for the 3 o'clock match, Paragon will just move to his happy home of producing once again.
Joyous.
Attackers incoming. Defend
Similar
objective
comps here
A.
from both teams, although looks like they want to get very aggressive on the side of Toxic Crocs. Going to be running that Ryan Zarya.
This is what I like to see on King's Row.
17?
This is what I like to see on King's Row. Ryan Zarya is still pretty dominant on this map.
Yeah, very
Oh!
good. Very good
Oh!
on this map. Great wall there. Slices of the
Yoink!
Reaper, but doesn't quite find him. Yoink comes in, Assassin on that Genji once again, but this time not making anything happen of that. And Oink and Yoink going to be cleaning up here pretty easily. Nice
Yeah.
work from
I think a bit of a miscommunication there. Assassin dashing in the back. I can see he's already switching to McCree, so it looks like, or Hanzo actually. So might be making a change here on the team composition. So yeah, like you say, Toxic Crocs, they really want to get in there, get aggressive, and sweep them off the point. Gutbuster's going to make that difficult every time with the immortality, so they need to be aware of that. They need to try and force that out to allow them to get aggressive. Even with the anti-nade, you know, the immortality is going to keep them up, so it is
As
definitely
you
a
say,
concern.
the back on, they do switch onto the meta composition, double shield here, Sigma, Orisa. I think the Hanzo though, rather unusual. You see the Reaper May here, as you see on Oink and Yoink.
Possible that Assassin is probably just more comfortable on the Hanzo.
100%, 100%. Seems to be comfortable on those playmaking heroes. Does find a really nice angle. I actually like the pick on this map. He's taking the high ground away from them and making it really difficult for them to defend. They find the immortality field there, Slick on the Sigma, but he's out of position now. Is Soul Eater taken down? Can they find anything more? Mito finds Obsidian Fury and Oink and Yoink stamping the authority on this game so far.
Yeah, again, Oink and Yoink, they're playing together like a team now. They're much more cohesive. I think they've you know, shrugged off that morning sluggishness. They're coming together now. They're communicating. They're controlling the fight. You know, dictating the pace of the gameplay. So let's see if Toxic Crocs can come back and show them what they showed us in map 1.
Yeah. The synergy from the two Glide gaming tanks actually makes a huge difference in that regard. Let's see what happens. Gravitic Flux on the backline finds a couple. Nice ulti there from Tox on the Lucio to get them back up to fighting form here, but it's not enough as the Bongo comes down from Oink and Yoink here as they look to get aggressive. Medusa finding a couple of kills in the back here. The Yoink to pick up the kill in Assassin here, and it's getting a bit dangerous for Toxic Crocs here.
Yeah, so again, you know, Oink and Yoink popping the ults as they come in, you know, good combination. As things work or don't work, you know, they pop the next ult. So after the beat drop gets popped, Mito pops out with the bongo, and they just clean up from there.
Yeah, we speak about Goliath Gaming and how good their ult economy is, and you can see here, showing it here through Severin and Mito. Nice dragons coming in. We're following up with the Yoink there. He finds the May on the backline, finds Gutbuster as well. Medusa with the Coalescence, gonna try and bring something back here, but Toxic Crocs in firm control of this team fight. Maybe not though. Cena with a huge death blossom to find 2. But at this point, fight fairly even. Medusa taken down though, and with that, Toxic Crocs will take control of this team fight. It's just Mito left. He's good, but he's not 1v3 on Orisa good.
Yeah, so I think some miscommunication there from Oink and Yoink. The immortality comes down from Gutbuster in the Dragon Strike, but everybody scatters away. Yeah, everybody scatters away. Nobody protects the immortality. So unfortunately, 1 or 2 people die running away. The immortality dies, and Gutbuster's caught with his pants down. Unfortunately.
Yeah, nice ulti there from Assassin though. He put it down the archway here, so the route they wanted to back out was covered by the dragons as well. And he managed to pick off the May on the backline there. So really nice work from them. Set up on the card now is Toxic Crocs. Yoink! Oh my god, what a combo between the two main tanks from Oink and Yoink. Assassin though, he's the one that finds the kill there. How did he manage that? Fluffy takes down Lethal Smile as well, and now they look to get aggressive. 2 Toxic Crocs here, and there's not a lot left for Oink and Yoink here. It's just the 2 tanks and the Moira, and that's not enough to win a team fight on King's Row.
Yeah, unfortunately, Oink and Yoink getting very aggressive there with the ults. A bit too aggressive. They tried to push through the choke, and unfortunately, they got punished for that real hard. Toxic Crocs, they just sat deep. Let them come in, got the pick on Lethal Smile, and then there's no freeze, nobody to shut down. They're more aggressive push back through the choke, and that's just where Oink and Yoink unfortunately fell apart.
It's a good recovery from Toxic Crocs. A little bit stuck on that first point, but once they got the ultis up, it's to good advantage. Nice! Oh, the ultimate really good from both main tanks here. Into the May ulti here. Slick, no way he lives through that. His main tank dies as well. Obsidian Fury, no hope in hell of getting out of here as they pick off Assassin and set themselves up here, Oink and Yoink, for the next defense.
Yeah, a lot of ults going down there, but it looks like Oink and Yoink haven't got down this time. They stood in that immortality field and they stood there together, and the dragons just passed through, and unfortunately, Assassin not getting any value out of those dragons. He might want to switch if they can continue to get that right.
You might want to, but so far, going to be sticking on that. Ult advantage much in the favor here of Toxic Crocs for that death on Fluffy. I'm going to make things easy here. I'd like to see them back out actually. Don't feed any ultimate charge here when you're so far ahead, but of course, they might not know that. Obsidian trying to get out of here. Assassin way out of position here, but he might be able to get out, but I don't know how true that is. Severin, very aggressive here. He needs to be careful, but Medusa is on his back. They're keeping him alive. for now. And Toxic Crocs gonna just wait for Fluffy to get back here. 6 ults for them. Make that 4 as they pop 2 there in unison. Looking for kills on the team. Nice work from Soul Eater. Great follow-up. Make that 4 kills from Soul Eater. Another big Death Blossom to add to the pile as Toxic Crocs make short work of Oink and Yoink there.
Toxic Crocs just saying, well, if you guys can do that, we can do it better. And that's what they did. They executed that combination very well. We saw at the start of that fight, Mito popping the bongo, Toxic Crocs making the smart decision to just back away, and then unfortunately Oink and Yoink getting very aggressive, moving away from the bongo and into them. It just allowed Toxic Crocs to quickly reverse, use the ults, and wipe them. So I think Oink and Yoink need to be a bit careful with how aggressive they're playing.
Yeah, good work from Slick there though. Speaking of good work, Assassin finding the headshot, the Sonic Arrow onto Medusa. Without that Moira, it's going to be very difficult for them to find a way out of this team fight, and they used the Flux as well, Gravitic Flux, and didn't find anything there. So they're on the back foot, but they do find the kill onto Soul Eater. There's a lot of damage down for Toxic Crocs. Nice ulti there. He knows they don't have Immortality Field. He kills it himself with Assassin, but they're not getting much ground here, and Lethal Smile finds Assassin there on the right left hand side, takes him down, and Toxic Crocs gonna have to try and get out of here by losing as little as possible. But that Yoink, that's gonna secure them a lot of damage, a lot of kills. Medusa, sorry, not Medusa, Fluffy needs to get out of there, and he does just that.
Severin playing very aggressive. It is something to be noted that he is almost constantly pushing right in their faces.
Yeah, putting them under a lot of pressure, but very easy to get caught out there. It's not careful. I like the switch from Assassin here onto the Doom Pit. He's trying to make a little space there. He goes straight in, no fear. Can he find any kills here off the backline? Nothing just yet. The May ulti going in from Oink and Yoink. They don't find anything just yet. In fact, it's Toxic Crocs finding the kills here, but it's on a lot of buildings. This fight's pretty even here. Soul Eater uncontested though, on top of 7 right now. Can he get the kill on him? They need to touch the point. Are they on the point? They are. Toxic Crocs here managed to clean that fight up here, but they're a little bit sparse, and the spawn's greatly favoring Oink and Yoink here.
This will restore you.
Yeah, let's see if Oink and Yoink can get back on that card and actually put down a good contest. It looks like they can.
Nice switches here. I like the ball from Severin here. Hero is pretty well known for, but Assassin shuts him down immediately, but he's taken down. Ulti there. That's a huge problem, and now Oink and Yoink, oh what a boom! He finds 2. Toxic doing his best funny Astro impression, but he just can't get enough done. And Oink and Yoink hold him right at the death there.
Yeah, unfortunately Oink and Yoink did manage to come back there. They had the Death Blossom, a lot of damage to pump out. They soaked most of the Death Blossom, but it just left everyone on like 1 HP. So Oink and Yoink just had to clean up from there, and they managed to do that reasonably well. So well played to them. Good hold, and let's see what they can do on attack.
Let's see indeed. If you're just joining us, this is quite a banger of a match. I think you'd agree, Paragon. So far,
Definitely.
Talon Cup delivering in spades. Your score is 1-1, I believe. Toxic Crocs taking the first map on Li Jiang in convincing fashion. Havana, a much closer affair. Oink and Yoink managing to clutch that one out there with a beautiful final team fight. And on King's Row so far, both teams pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, I think it's been a very good showing. I do think that Toxic Crocs struggled a bit in the start there. I think Oink and Yoink, when they are set up on a point, they can kind of hold it very well. They're very good at doing that. But when they're aggressing into Toxic Crocs, they do struggle a bit.
Oh yeah, it's the worst.
They do get punished.
It's the worst. Please name your names, not things that rhyme with players on your team, because it's like the most confusing things in the middle of a team fight.
I feel like they did it on purpose.
No, I know, 100%. It's a good name. I can't deny that. It's just real annoying. Speaking of real annoying here, Oink gonna be moving through here, trying to get the Oink down, or rather the Yoink down. No Oink in their particular composition right now. Lethal Smile running the McCree here. Interesting choice. Really not well favored in this current meta because he doesn't have... Nope, and there he goes. Right back to spawn. Decides better of it. I think maybe Mito or Severin taking the call that that's not actually a good choice.
Yeah, onto the May.
Comes out on the May.
Definitely more meta pick.
Yeah. Problem with McCree is you can sit and shield all day, but you're not going to get much out of it. Assassin managed to get his way out of that without going down. Severin very aggressive here with the kinetic grasp, and in fact, Cena the one taken down there with an unlucky move from the Doomfist, is also taken down, frozen by Lethal Smiles May. Now, a bit of trouble here for both teams. In fact, nobody really comfortable at this point. But that kill on the Reaper, Soul Eater take it down. That means Oink and Yoink is going to be able to move forward here. Not enough damage coming out from Toxic Crocs here with the loss of both the DPS, and easy cleanup for Oink and Yoink.
Yeah, the switch on to May from Lethal Smile really making that point for them. They got a lot of key freezes in there. They got the freeze on the Doomfist, you know, as he comes in. Way better than a flashbang, in my opinion. So, yeah, he gets shut down immediately. They got the immortality up, so they can't just burn them. And yeah, pretty much get some 2 key freezes after Soul Eater goes down to really secure the fight as well.
Going to be setting up on the corner here are Toxic Crocs here. Oink and Yoink firmly in control of this match right now with 2, make that 3 ultimates up on their side here. Severin probably going to initiate the back of a Yoink here with the Gravitic Flux. There you see it. Can't find anything out of it. It's a lot of damage going in, but the Kinetic Grasp making the difference, and Tox with that sound barrier going to be keeping his team alive. Nice work from Assassin, punishing Severin for his aggression, punishing Cena for being alive. Doomfist doing Doomfist things, make that Doomfist things even more. Medusa having to pop the coalition to keep his team even vaguely alive. Lethal Smile lying down. No, you can't do that. You still have work to do, but no. Manages to stay alive here. Good.
Assassin JDB doing a lot. Making space.
Tox? Hello?
Tox making space!
What are you doing? So aggressive.
No value Reddit Lucio.
Doomfist also not punished, managed to do a lot of damage in there. They do have the bongo down, and they have taken down immortality. Nice Joink. Not able to find anything. Was that eaten? Yes, it was. Beautiful work from Slick.
What?
May ulti just
absolute madman.
Assassin getting aggro here. Bongo now. 4 Oink and Yoink. There's a lot of damage coming out from them. Tox needs to be careful there, but Assassin finds the kill on Lethal Smiles Way, but pays for it with his life.
Gets greedy after that.
Gravitic Flux going the opposite way now. Slick, can they find lots of kills on this? It looks like a lot of damage, but nothing just yet.
Absolutely insane scenes. Ults going back and forth either way.
Oh, Cena coming in. Looks like it could be big. He finds 1, finds 2. Can he get any more? Finds 3, finds 4. Cena making the plays there with the Death Blossom.
Yeah, finally an ult that swings the fight one way or the other. So we're seeing a lot of ults being thrown down, but they're not winning the fight. So it's just going back and forth, and we have a pause.
Yeah, Tox there asking for a pause.
Unlucky. But yeah, some really, that was a really crazy fight. A lot going on, very extended. Assassin getting a good meteor strike in the back there, but then he gets a bit greedy with a punch, tries to go even deeper, gets punished for it. Unfortunately, when you're playing against a Mei, you need to kind of get in and get out as fast as you can, so she can't punish you with that freeze, or even just a little slow, you know, you're gonna struggle.
Yeah, that can really set your whole tempo off these kinds of heroes.
Yeah, definitely, but Cena finally managing to get in the back line, hit that Death Blossom, and have a bit of a breakthrough.
He kind of just wandered in there, actually. They didn't really punish him. He didn't do anything really fancy. He walked in, pressed Q, and got a couple of kills of that. But at that stage in the fight, a lot going on. Clearly, they didn't have the resources just to punish him as he came in.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see now. There are 3 minutes left on the clock. Oink and Yoink are right on the doorstep of the point. They just need to get around that corner, push the payload a bit more. It's going to be interesting to see what the decision is here from Team Toxic Crocs. They don't really have any ults, but neither does Team Oink and Yoink. They do have the Coalescence, so they could possibly push in and contest with that Soul Eater, sitting very close to that Death Blossom, so they might want to go in with the Coalescence, build the 5% needed for the Death Blossom, which is pretty much just shooting a tank once. And then using that to contest the point, but we'll see as we unpause now.
Yeah, at this point with the catwalk on the right here from the point of view of Toxic Crocs, that's really nice for Soul Eater to get up there and find a good angle for the Death Blossom. So let's see how this unfolds here. It looks like they might decide, looks like they're deciding they're just going to wait and not go for the defense here on this point. Maybe the best decision, not the most exciting one, but I think probably the right one.
Yeah, definitely does save some resources, keeps them alive, so that they can look for a recontest here, maybe?
Assassin getting very aggressive here. Coalescence, a nice follow up there. from Fluffy. Gonna try and keep him alive, and he finds the Immortality Field. Gustbuster being a little bit loose with his Immortality Fields, but saving lives by the same token. Assassin getting very aggressive there, doesn't find anything.
Oh!
With a huge ulti there. Nice May wall as well to protect him, but they don't find any kills just yet. That Immortality Field making a huge difference. Reaper, Soul Eater, getting aggressive here. He needs to kill that Immortality Field. If he doesn't, he can't ulti, but he couldn't. That's a big lifesaver. They do take down the Vito's Bongo there. Assassin. Oh no, my boy. That's not what you want to be doing. He just jumps in the hole. I saw that Assassin. Don't you can hide from me. Immortality Field going down, and that could be the difference makers. Oink and Yoink march their way forward here towards a 3rd point cap and victory on game 3.
Yeah, seems like Toxic Crocs losing a bit of cohesion here. They're throwing ults in without any clear combination or win conditions, so that's definitely a problem. They're gonna go for the stall here.
Yeah, switch onto the ball here from Slick. So far, so good. Assassin tries to kill him. That's a ulti in, but he hasn't found anything just yet. This is really nice play from Toxic Crocs. Huge recovery here. Not really sure how they managed to do that, but they end up holding on 3rd point here.
Yeah, that was a very, very deep blizzard. Not too sure what Lethal Smile was going for there. It was way too far in the back. It just allowed the enemy team to just, find cover. Even if they're frozen, if you can't click on them after they're frozen, it's a bit of a waste, unfortunately.
Yeah, but Slick on the ball here made a big difference as well, buying team so much space. Just be careful not to fall in the hole
and
here.
Doomfist. Stuff of nightmares.
Yeah, this is DD. Imagine controlling a hero. What does that feel like? Speaking of which, Gravitic Flux, he's in control. Severin finds the kill on Soul Eater. That's a big kill because he was closing in on his ulti. He finds the DPS, both DPS. In fact, his Mito gets very aggressive on top of his opposite number there. Bongo down from Mito, and now it's just a matter of cleanup. And it looks like Oink and Yoink firmly in control of this match right now as they march again towards the 3rd point cap. Assassin. JDB is going to come in from the backline, but he has been spotted at this point. He needs to try and stay alive as long as possible, but taken down. Obsidian Fury, no hope in hell for him. What was that pull? Oh my god! Between Oink and Yoink, the Oink and the Yoink and the Toxic Socks, managing to put them all in the hole. And this looks like it could be another hole, but Severin flexing his master's muscles here on the Sigma as he finds kills on multiple people, but I don't think it's enough. The respawn advantage of the Toxic Crocs, they're going to be able to clean this one up here on the point. And another stalwart defense here from Toxic Crocs.
Looks like we're gonna see a reset here from Oink and Yoink. They're just not getting those last bits of value. They're struggling on that cleanup. They need to get rid of those last 1 or 2 players a lot faster. They need to focus down a target. Toxic Crocs doing a great job coming back swinging. They're going by one, just making space, being annoying. And that's what they should do when they're trying to go for a stall like this.
So far, so good, like you say, but nice work. They're shutting down Slick. That's going to go
a big loss
towards winning this team fight, like you say, Paragon. But Assassin just right kicks. Finds Medusa in the back.
Oh, Assassin!
This hero. Imagine you playing Overwatch and then playing against a Doomfist. Oh my lord.
Nah, not today. Not today. We do see Oink and Yoink, they do have the Blizzard, they have the Death Blossom, they have the Coalescence. They've nearly got Bongo as well, and Gravitic Flux not far behind that. So it's going to be a last second clutch here from Oink and Yoink. They need to start throwing down these ultimates, getting winning combos, and getting some big picks.
30 seconds on the clock here, make that 20. Slick, he's done that a couple of times now. They've done an excellent job shutting him down the last piece. But
there you go.
We can go talks with the big move. Ooh, just doesn't find anything. They're all taken down. Bongo taken down.
Press Q, press Q.
Too many ultis here for Oink and Yoink. No matter how good you are, you can't fight into that.
They still have the spawn advantage.
They do still have
Slick buying time.
Assassin also managed to stay alive, so if he can come back in here, you just saw what that Doomfist can do. He can get 2 kills,
they're coming back.
He can get 4 kills in a
They're
matter of
coming
seconds. The Winston comes in here. Oh my god, the sound barrier. Is this the turning point? Is Toxic Crocs really going to clutch this one out? So far, it's looking pretty good, but the sound barrier comes out from Oink and Yoink. Mito finds Assassin. That's a big kill. That's a big kill. That's a lot of their killing power down, but there are some bombs in there. Fluffy finds his opposite number. Medusa take it down. Tox finding kills. Oink and Yoink are faltering at the final moment here. Can Toxic Crocs clutch this one out? So far, so good.
It looks like with the spawn advantage, they're going to do it.
Yeah, Doom coming in here. That's the big cleanup. There's a Reaper somewhere in the back line. Okay, it's a friendly Reaper. On the Toxic Crocs. He's going to come at the point now. He's closing in on ult. Soul Eater, that could be the turning point here. But Lethal Smile coming in on
C9,
the
C9, C9, C9.
Huge. flux. Oh, sorry. Huge flux coming in from Severin there. Takes down Tox. Oink and Yoink pulling this one back. All the kills coming in. The May ulti to clean it up. They've got a little bit of distance to cover here. So even when they win this team fight, it's not over just yet. We saw how good they were, but with the long spawns in overtime, actually, it looks like Oink and Yoink can clean up Tox.
Oh my god!
Tox with a triple move. What are we?
Oh, can he get back on it? What?
With the Tox? Oh my god.
Oh, it's actually insane.
Name and play Toxic Crocs, Toxin Socks, making
No ways,
oh my
dude.
god. What is
What did we just
What was
witness?
Wow. Beautiful play there from Toxic Crocs. What a banger of a series this has been so far.
Oh, dude, that was outrageous. So, I mean, Severin comes in with a gravitic flux near the end. I think he was looking to try and just get them off the point for a little C9 push there, but doesn't manage it. But still, Oink and Yoink managed to get in there, get aggressive, get the picks they need, and it's just one man left, and he finds the boop.
Oh my god, Tox,
Actually ridiculous.
that one will go down in history. We
I
also
think-
clip that,
yeah.
send it to him, send it to his
That
mom,
was-
his dad, brothers, sisters, send it to his team if they ever want to drop him.
I cannot actually believe that Toxic Crocs came back and they did that. That was ridiculous. And I mean, I think they did it like 3 times where they managed to just come back and just at the last like 0.01 meters they managed to push Oink and Yoink off the point. Oink and Yoink are going to be kicking themselves now that they didn't manage to win that because the score is now 2-1 to Toxic Crocs.
Yeah, 100%. Wow, I'm reeling. What a match.
I
Kings
think-
Row, man.
I
Best,
think,
best
yeah.
map in the game.
I was literally about to say, I think that's why people just love Kings Row so much. It just offers so many different things, you know.
Oh, I told you to remind me I'm going to control you, dude. I'm waiting for something to happen.
Right, of course.
Temple of Anubis, the next map requested from Oink and Yoink. I mean, what's going through Oink and Yoink's head here after that match?
I think they're probably going to be a bit distraught after that. How do you come back from that? You know, the 3-man boop on the Lucio, that's what does you in? I feel like that's upsetting. I would be tilted into oblivion. I would be so upset. But
And they had that game so
They
in
did.
the bag.
they had it in the bag. They just needed to, you know, get the freeze on the Lucio. You know, just stop him from doing that. But
anything.
yeah, I feel like they maybe just either they didn't see Tox or they maybe just didn't respect him enough.
Yeah, maybe. And you know, I mean, at that stage, you're looking around and the Lucio just comes flying in from I don't know, and that's what a Lucio can do.
Yeah.
Especially the quality of Tox.
Yeah.
He'll find that angle. He'll find the boops to get the max speed and just fly on in there. Not the boops, sorry, the jumps.
Yeah. Tox our number 1 no value Reddit Lucio.
Yeah, no value. That's how I would describe what just happened there.
Yeah, absolutely no
Truth
value.
be said, though, guys, don't do that at home. Just
Nah, go for it, man. Your whole team's dead. You're the last one alive. You gotta recontest. Be
fair
like
enough. I mean,
like
literally,
Tox.
he had no other choices.
Yeah.
So he either ran in and
30 seconds.
Rather than wiped half the team on Lucio, or you know, they win. So absolutely massive.
goats. Imagine.
Imagine goats. Imagine goats.
Imagine goats.
Year end 2019.
Literally impossible.
5, 4.
So, not much change, although Lethal Smile choosing to run the Junkrat at this stage. Assassin actually gonna match him on that. Otherwise, mirrored compositions. McCree for Cena as well. Interesting choice there. We saw somebody, Lethal Smile, thinking about running it, but ended up switching onto the May, and we saw how much better that seemed to work. I like this ceiling here from Severin, the shield, covering the Junkrat spam above for now.
Very good shield
Rotating
usage.
onto the right side here, or Toxic.
Oh,
Maybe putting the damage
what's
in.
this
and
position?
You don't want to be playing against such. What was that orb? Oh my god, I see now what that orb was. Nice work. intelligent work from Assassin there. This dude is pretty good. I mean, if it wasn't obvious by now. Quality play if you're looking for one. No, sorry, he's taken. That is a pretty bad immortality field, things considered.
Yeah, they're gonna struggle now.
Taken down though. Assassin, nice work from him, getting onto the high ground, covered by 7, but he can't block that.
Oh!
With the ceiling fan ulti there, as they clean up this fight. Toxic Crocs stamping the authority on this match so far. Still a couple to clean up, but you have to expect they won't take too long. 7, okay, cool. Medusa needs to back out, I think now. Yeah, looks like they're not going to try and clean this up. Fluffy, getting aggressive there to get that final kill.
Yeah, very well played from Toxic Crocs. Assassin, JDB doing so much work on that Junkrat. Finding huge angles, finding great positions, just really raining down above on the heads of Oink and Yoink, and they're struggling to deal with it. He's displacing them, and he's pumping in damage on their shields, so they really need to contain him.
Yeah, 100%. He's finding much better angles here than Lethal Smile, but Lethal Smile is coming up on that Riptide now. We'll probably see him pop that at an earlier Travenous, so he's taking a nap at the moment now. Opportunity that they need. At this angle, not really much. Angle going down. Sitting through, he needs to be careful. He's standing in front of Nita's shield, but not looks like it's okay. They're getting aggressive now. Soul Eater with that Reaper ulti.
Oh no, not like this!
Well. Assassin kills his opposite numbers, Riptire, making much better value out of the Junkrat than Lethal Smile, as we said. And it looks like it's just going to be a very soft take here from Toxic Crocs, wandering in, getting the kills that they need. Mito switching onto the ball here. What is Severin going to do in response? Usually the one that plays the ball. Taken down is Cena. So far, so good for Toxic Crocs.
That's a Reinhardt!
Georgie finds Fluffy. That could be the turning point. The Toxic Crocs are not careful here. Although they are popping a lot of ultis here. Soul Eater with the point blank ulti onto Mito. And Toxic Crocs gonna finish that one up with plenty of time to spare.
Oink and Yoink, my boys, what are you doing? Get your head in the game!
Switching sides.
That was outrageous. I mean, at this point, it feels like Oink and Yoink have just lost all cohesion. You know, they're just letting they're just letting Toxic Crocs walk in and sit on top of them. You know, Toxic Crocs, they're walking in, they're taking control of key spaces. They're not being contested at all. They're getting there for free. They're not taking any damage getting there. They're not struggling at all. So I feel like Oink and Yoink, they need to be a lot more proactive in taking space and claiming space. They're really struggling with that right now.
100%. Interesting to see what they're running. Interesting to see both teams running the Junkrat there. I mean, sure, this is a good map for it, but still expect to see meta compositions out the wazoo here. But I guess that's what Talon Cup is, you know, see a bit of a mix-up.
Yeah, I do think the Junkrat is quite nice here because, as Assassin so expertly displayed, there are a lot of very good angles, you know, that you can get. I mean, I don't know how he got that Riptire. I have no idea. That was insane.
Well, he got the kill on Lethal Smile as well.
Yeah.
So he was pumping the damage, and we saw the way he moved.
Yeah, it was
pop right in that choke and really just pump the damage.
That was absolutely just ridiculous. But looking at it now, we're gonna see Toxic Socks go with the Junkrat again. Oink and Yoink, they are opting to go the May Reaper, so they're probably gonna put the wall up in front of the enemy team and just try and rotate around them while the wall's up.
100%, but this time they don't have the junk v junk, so if they do go that left side from their point of view, they're going to get a huge DPS disadvantage. So it looks like they're going to go the right side.
There's a purple.
I like that choice, but the purple in, the Yoink in, they are very much in a difficult
Look at the Junkrat spam.
With the Junkrat spam going in, oh no.
72% on tire already.
And they get through Lethal Smile, had to use his ulti, got past Yoink in, Lethal Smile, low HP taken down. They just didn't have enough resources to stand up to the damage that Toxic Crocs were putting in there.
And now do they reset? It looks like they're not going to reset.
No, they're trying to wait, but I like this play from Toxic Crocs, getting aggressive on them here, try and get nice immortality field here.
That's a big punish.
May alive. Cena, not one for this world.
That is a minute down.
Oh god, they could find more here, Paragon. The rest were coming in to defend, but they need to get out. Nice wall.
Oh, that's a purple.
So low, the purple, huge there from Fluffy. Finds the follow-up kill on Lethal Smile. There's more to be found here if they choose to go for it, but I like this choice. They're going to just play slow and steady or Toxic.
That is a full minute and probably around about another 15 seconds more lost for Oink and Yoink. They're losing so much time. They should have just called the reset, gone in, died. you know, respawned, but unfortunately, Toxic. Oh! Oh! That's a big
Nice
boop.
swoop down here now. Don't quite have the control they had before. Severin has switched onto the Sigma here. Gonna try and build a gravitic flux. Could be a really good ulti to break through this very strong hold here. Yoink comes in, damage goes through. Not finding any kills just yet. Severin.
Big purple.
Very low, a big purple from Fluffy, as you say. They find.
Boom!
Oh no! Oh no!
Not like
Signed,
this.
sealed, and delivered. Assassin JDB sending them an email of death there.
That was absolutely insane. Assassin JDB is dominating this map.
I mean, this whole series.
Yeah, I mean, to be
Standout
honest.
performer. If
Yeah.
This is why I love the idea of Talon Cup is for exactly this. I don't know jack about Assassin, but I do now.
Yeah, definitely some insane gameplay. I mean, I gotta wonder how many hours he has on Junkrat, because he's in a perfect position every time. When Soul Eater, you know, May walls the one exit and they're in that room, he's on the other side pumping grenades in, you know, and unfortunately, Oink and Yoink have no
Very
answer.
split at the moment. Sorry, Glide Gaming tanks here. Mito and Severin way far away from their team, but nice call from them. Just waiting a little bit. Severin gonna be buying space for his team to get through. I think now Medusa out of position. The Junkrat damage. Oh god, no ways he gets out of there. Toxic Socks takes him down, and now again they're totally split. They're gonna have to try and run back. Can they get the Punisher on Toxic Socks? Gutbuster. I don't think he makes it through there. Can he get through? Nice wall from Mito there, and Severin to cover the path out.
Yeah, so, I mean, Toxic Socks, as we saw with Oink and Yoink's first push, they're very aggressive, very assertive. They like to push Oink and Yoink out of spaces. They don't like to let them be comfortable. They're not letting them find that niche that they want to get in. And it's really showing.
100%. It is really showing. Assassin putting in the work there. Big
Severin
ultis here.
alone here.
Oh, Severin. Nice mana boost to keep him alive, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh, first time, not finding anything there. It's Assassin on that Junkrat. In fact, Severin finding him, tracking him down there. Big ulti from Lethal Smile over the top. Nice insta-sleep from Fluffy, but doesn't end up saving Obsidian Fury. And it looks like Toxic Crocs in position here. Nice Severin, nice Severin. He finds two. Cleaning up here, the playmaker for Oink and Yoink. Finding 4 in that team fight.
Unfortunately, Assassin not getting much value out of the tire. I think he maybe misunderstood where the enemy team was and just popped it a bit too early. Either that, or maybe the tire got hit right as it popped out, so he just had no other choice. But either way, Oink and Yoink take first point, and they're gonna look now to try and at least get some additional rounds and burn out some of Toxic Socks time, Toxic Crocs time. Damn it!
Toxic Socks, classic. Yeah, it's gonna be tough though. Fluffy though, and that's the thing about Fluffy on that anim. Basically a DPS if he doesn't have to heal. And he's finding a lot of hits on Lethal Smile that we're not even seeing.
He's getting a lot of good nades in too.
Very difficult for Lethal Smile to play this fire.
Oh! What's going on here?
Vito, very aggressive here. Cena out of position now. Sorry, Soul Eater on the May. Is he gonna take it down? No, he's not.
Yoink.
But Flux comes in from Slick, manages to find Mito here. No main tank on the side of Oink and Yoink. This is a difficult position, but Severin getting very aggressive here on the Sigma. He does find Crocs.
Oh, that's big ult, big ult.
He finds one. Assassin, DBJ gets a return kill on Medusa though, so healing a little bit limited, but so they're gonna have to clean this up quickly and not get killed. And with the Reaper coming in the backhand here, I think he might be able to do enough damage to buy his team some time. Not just yet though, as they are still capping.
Here we go. Here we go again.
On, the easier it gets for Toxic Crocs to bring this one back. Obsidian Fury comes in on the monkey. Oh my god, the Doomfist punch straight onto Severin. He's low HP. The Coalescence keeps him up here, and Mito is back. Oh, Soul Eater not managing to get much done there. Cena with Reaper to Reaper there. Assassin comes in with the kill on Gutbuster. That's quite a big deal, but with the Valkyrie going, they do have decent healing and a good res to bring the main healer back into this team fight. Still a lot of contests going. A minute 30 left on the clock here as Toxic Crocs to buy themselves a bunch of time here. Reaper coming in, and once he gets ulti, he might be able to make the difference, but he doesn't have much by way of ulti this yet. Tox making use himself on the point. Barrage up for Lethal Smile if he can find space to use it. Looks slow.
Last second.
Control. He gets on. Nice work from this Severin. Gonna pop his ulti. Doesn't find anything with that, but they do take down Slick. In the meanwhile, nice work from Obsidian Fury. He's back in here. If he can build an ulti, he'll pretty happy with that, but he's pretty far away at this point. Same with Soul Eater, who's 43.
What
and
is
Falcon
this?
62. This is the longest stall I've seen in a long time. Toxic Crocs make it really difficult for Oink and Yoink to throw. This is one. Oh my gosh, Slick. Big ulti coming in there. Big
Finally, the
power
barrage
grabber.
used.
1 minute on the clock.
I honestly think that, you see, they still even have the Death Blossom. I think that Oink and Yoink, again, they're holding ults. They need to throw them out. You know, they had the barrage for so long. Just get 1 or 2 kills. When the enemy team is stalling, that's massive.
Yeah.
You know, like if you can force 2 people onto the same respawn timer, that's a big deal. Because it means they can't keep trickling in like that. But unfortunately, Toxic Crocs did manage to burn a lot of time. They still have a nice time bank of 4 minutes and 41 seconds. Oink and Yoink, they've only got a minute. So let's see if they can burn down Toxic Crocs' time and maybe show us they're not out of this yet. Maybe we get a map 5.
Maybe we do get a map 5 here. Just to remind you guys, score is 2-1 in favor of Toxic Crocs.
Attackers incoming.
This
in
is map
30
number
seconds.
4 here. So if they win, if Toxic Crocs win, score will be 3-1. That'll be serious. If Gutbuster and Co win on Oink and Yoink, they will force us to a tiebreaker control map 5 here.
Yeah.
Also, just a reminder, we are using Overwatch League's rule set, map set here. So it is a 4-map series. Oh, what is this? Accretion?
One. Attackers
Okay, it doesn't find anything. We are using the 4-map series here, so no matter what happens with playing 4 maps, additional maps are just for map differential purposes. Ash here for Toxic
Interesting
Crocs.
pick.
Very interesting choice here versus all of these shields. But I suppose if you can build that Bob up, and in fact, with the way they bunched up, that Dynamite will be super value. Okay, interesting use of the Immortality Field. I like the way that Oink and Yoink have rotated here. They're putting a lot of pressure on Toxic Crocs to make something happen here. But the way Ash is positioned, this is a ton of damage. It's exactly what you want if you're Ash. Oh my god, that Dynamite is huge. The pull is
gets
huge though. Needs to be careful. Nice work. Quick thinking there from Assassin to keep himself on the high ground, but it's not enough. His team, I think he just doesn't do enough damage on the Ash to actually make use of the space he's got, and he's ended up taking down there.
I think the key thing they wanted to go for is probably the Bob in an Immortality Field or something, but they just couldn't build a Bob fast enough, and unfortunately it means that Oink and Yoink get a point here where they really should have just shut them down.
100%. Bob's not really that good against Sigma though.
Yeah.
Pushing his shield so well. Nice Yoink and Dynamite combo there. Can they get up now? She will throw it in as soon as she can.
There it goes.
Straight in. Gutbuster though making huge work with the coalescence. Lethal Smile with his ulti. The Bob finds 1 kill, but it's not nearly enough at this stage. It's a 3v1. Anna, Fluffy doing his best. Healing on Bob, healing Bob as best as he can. Slick having to switch onto the ball here. Can he get in here? Can we see the kind of storm we were seeing before? At this point, it doesn't matter if they don't win the fight. Though we are in overtime. Looking needs to clean up. This is a lot of people coming in from Toxic Crocs. They might be able to win this, but that sound barrier actually making a big difference on the side of Oink and Yoink. Straight on top of Fluffy there. That's a lot of healing down. That's going to make a big difference towards their plight here on the point. And Slick, last one down. Assassin comes in on the Doomfist and finds a kill, but I don't think it's enough unless they just never kill him. What is going on? They finally find a kill here. And Toxic Crocs gonna go down in this one. We head into round 3 here.
And this is, I suppose this is just to be expected from TCP, you know?
Yeah.
Switching sides.
Ridiculously long game, but yeah. Toxic Crocs not having their finger on the kill trigger there. They should have really just put them down, held, you know, with the same composition as before, disrupted their gameplay. As you can see there, the difference between the Ash and the Junkrat is that Oink and Yoink had a lot more space to be comfortable and be set up and not be too pressured in their rotations. So they managed to just rotate very well, very fast, and that meant that they were in a good position. They forced out the Immortality as well, so Toxic Crocs did not have it when they were on the point, and that's not a good thing to be missing.
No, 100%. I think, yeah, I really don't know. Like you said, they need their finger on the kill trigger there. Just switching out the Junkrat, they made very little sense to me. But maybe they were seeing something that we're not seeing, or feeling something that we don't feel.
Yeah, unfortunately they did get the Bob on the second point, but he got very, very little value. Cena with the huge Death Blossom as well. So,
5,
yeah, let's see
2,
if Toxic Crocs can just
attackers
speedrun them
incoming.
here.
Defend
I have
objective
switched
A.
here. Lethal Smile this time on the Reaper, Cena on the Junkrat. And Assassin again on the Junkrat, the attack. I like this. It seems to be working really well for them. They
Good
rotate
rotation.
on the left side here from Toxic Crocs.
The
point of
Sigma
view.
shield
And
is
now
down.
I like this position from Assassin, but it's not going to catch them out like it did the first time. He does have the ult advantage, but not by much. There's a lot of damage coming in. Nice Yoink. There's a ton of damage, but that immortality field doing a lot of work here. Neither team making any ingress just yet, but no. Soul Eater finds a killer Medusa. That's gonna make a difference, but they find the return, and Cena now putting in the damage with that Junkrat. Once the shield starts to get low, that Junkrat starts to get damage. It's Cena picking up 3 here at least. Could he go for more? Gonna get aggressive to get the cleanups here. Are Oink and Yoink, and Toxic Crocs having a difficult go of it this time around.
Yeah, unfortunately in that corridor, when all your shields are burned, if the enemy team has a Junkrat and you're not able to push out in time, they're gonna win that duel every time. Because Cena, as we saw, just punches in so much damage into that small room. There's no way to escape. Everybody's taking splash damage. And what is this?
Nice Yoink. Assassin playing with fire there and punished by Mito.
Looks like Toxic Crocs are getting a little bit cocky, and it might come back to haunt them on map 5 if they don't take this match.
It really might. I mean, you really want to close. You don't want to go to map 5. Why would you want to go to map 5?
Exactly.
Let's see if they can close this one out. They still have plenty of time on the clock here, 3:10. But as it goes on 2 CP, ultimates really not favor them here. And they
Same rotation again.
Yeah. Glad Gaming can, or Glad Gaming, sorry. Yoink can really the ultimates to control the game, but Cena taken down this time. Assassin, JDB doing work there, Slick finds it, and now just 3v6 left here for Oink and Yoink. They need to get towards the point, but there's no chance in hell they hold this one.
Yeah, unfortunately, Toxic Crocs, again, using the ults early, popping everything. And, you know, at this stage, it doesn't matter that they've used all their ults. They've still got 2.5 minutes in the bank, and they're gonna cap your first point. Time is of the essence, obviously, but, you know, they've already got a Bongo and a Gravitic Flux as well coming up, so...
This could very
got the
easily
tire
be
too.
a draw, Paragon. I think if they
Oh god, I hope
cap
not.
here on the next one, but I mean, if it's a draw, the round still ends, because the score will end 2-1. So,
Oh god, I hope it's not a draw.
unfortunately,
That would be just typical 2CP. I hate draws.
yeah. Oink and Yoink here cannot afford to play for a draw, unfortunately. Nice work. They find
Immortality,
field,
massive.
Immortality field from Tox and Sox here.
Uh-oh.
But Obsidian Fury playing a little bit too aggressive there. Gets taken out by Lethal Smile on the front line. And now, no main tank. You've got to think they need to be pulling back here. But Medusa committing the sound barrier here. I'm not sure how necessary that was. Perhaps feeling that some of them were getting a bit low here. Soul Eater in the back line, take it down. But we do have 6 ultis up for Tox and Crocs here.
Mito!
Almost 4 of... Oh, Mito feeding his life away here. That could be a problem, but...
They have the spawn
He's got
advantage.
more than enough. Yeah, he's got more than enough time to respawn here.
So yeah, a bit of a questionable beat there. I'm not sure there wasn't any clear threat that they needed to do that, and that's a bit of a problem when you look at the fact that Toxic Crocs have 6 ultimates. They're gonna just come in and press Q.
Yeah, 100%. It's a bit concerning here.
Here we go.
This is the team fight Tox and Crocs needs to win.
Q,
They don't
Q,
win this
Q,
team
Q,
fight.
Q.
It's gonna be very difficult. Here we go, moving in Severin. I like the
Severin gets in the
technical
Gravitic Flux
there.
first.
Gravitic Flux, taking, going in. He finds Soul Eater, takes down Lethal Smile rather. They kill the Bongo, and this point they're turning it back. But here comes the Gravitic Flux the opposite way. How many kills is this? Oh, huge work! There's so many kills. Toxic Crocs do end up coming out on top of that. Just barely like on either way. But Toxic Crocs well in control now, but they need to be careful. Spawn advantage firmly in the favor of Oink and Yoink here, and they don't actually have that many players. There's only 4 players alive on Toxic Crocs. Ball's coming in here, and the ball could be the difference maker. Mito on the line here. Ball comes in the other way. Ryan Severin again comes in, taking Tox and Socks down. That's low healing. I think Oink and Yoink are going to retake this one, Paragon.
Yeah, well, I mean, at this stage it looks like Oink and Yoink are gonna take it. I mean, they were just so aggressive with the ults. You know, they're finally getting it right. They're using the ults first. They're dictating the pace of the fight. So Toxic Crocs just really struggled. They had the ult advantage there. They had 6 ultimates. They all just rushed in and pressed Q. That's a one fight, you know? You don't need to get infinite value if you're all ulting. You just need a team wipe. And unfortunately they couldn't do that because Severan's Gravitic Flux just really slowed them down. And then Mito's Bongo just helped them finish it off.
100% Toxic Crocs here in control. I mean, sorry, Owen and Y in control here, but at this point, Fluffy gonna initiate with his ult here, gonna try and make something happen with that coalescence with Cena with the kill there, gets Fluffy in the Immortality Field, no hope, although Assassin making the difference again, your Soul Eater getting low on HP, but getting the heals. Oh, Assassin on the point now, it's a 1v3, he's good, but he's not that good. Cena making the difference in this last fight here.
I can't believe what I'm seeing.
And that is 2-2 in the series, we're going to a game 5.
I actually cannot believe that.
Man, Toxic Crocs just took their foot off the gas there and gave it away, you have to feel like.
Yeah, I do think so. I mean, they're going to be regretting running that Ashe now. I think that is definitely what cost them. Unfortunately, if they just stuck on the Junkrat, they could have speedrun them, but I mean, we're not. Yeah, full held them, rather.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, and they were so low on time, they had only a minute left to cap that first point. They ended up capping both. So, yeah, I mean, we spoke about Tox and how he managed to clutch that one out in the previous game on King's Row, but this time,
no clutches
Oink and Yoink
available.
now going, Oink and Yoink are going into the last map with their tails up.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty great that we're seeing a map 5 already on the first game of the day. I think that's a real telltale sign of some of the quality matches we're going to see today. I've been very, very happy with the quality of this game so far, and I hope that map 5 is as tight as it can possibly be.
Yep, I hope so too. One thing to be said though is that Toxic Crocs do get to pick their last map, so that's cool for them. They're choosing Nepal here. Who do you think this particular map type is favored so far? Obviously, we know that Toxic Crocs took the first map, but it seems like once Oink and Yoink got their their mojo back, they were able to go toe-to-toe with this team.
Yeah, I think it's a difficult one for sure. I don't feel like there's a massive advantage difference either way. I think that it really just depends on, again, we've seen it go back and forth on who is the more assertive team. Who takes the initiative to throw ults, take space, control areas and important pockets. So I think whichever team does that here on this map is going to be the one that takes it away.
And of course the opposite is true. Who better disrupts the flow of the enemy team? We saw Assassin, JDB doing a really good job on that Junkrat on Temple of Anubis.
Yeah.
Just zoning them out from where they wanted to go, splitting them up, the concussions and with his left clicks in general, and
yeah, I'm expecting
make it really uncomfortable for them.
I'm expecting to see him on Doomfist here. I think they might run the Reaper Doomfist, but also the Reaper Mei.
Yeah, on Village the Mei is pretty good.
Maybe a Mei Doomfist. Yeah, Mei Doomfist looks like it. Oink and Yoink are sticking with the Reaper Mei, which I think if the Mei can shut down the Doomfist, I think we're looking at an advantage here to Team Oink and Yoink. Definitely.
Let's see what we see here. I think I'm liking, you know, if Assassin seems to be a bit of feast and famine, right? He's either doing a ton or he's getting caught out as well.
Yeah.
This game has been pretty consistently doing a lot of damage, but we saw on Temple the opposite side of that coin. Let's see now what they can do. He's going to be looking to rotate around the back.
Oh, that's a big wall!
That's a big wall there. Getting aggressive here. Both teams, Severin taking the first kill here. We didn't speak about the compositions here. It is a Ryan Zarya or Toxic Crocs. Something they tried to run in King's Road. Didn't end up working out for them. And so far, so bad from Toxic Crocs' point of view here.
Yeah, the Mei is just going to punish the Reinhardt every single time if they're not moving cohesively enough, and unfortunately they weren't. Obsidian gets caught up by himself by that Mei wall, and they're going to keep struggling with that as long as they're sitting on Ryan Zarya.
Yeah, looks like they're all going to try again here, getting aggressive here. Bit ahead of his team here. Going to be looking at a nice Mei wall.
Gets dropped.
least for Oink and Yoink here. Lots of damage going in. They need to be careful here for the red team. Can he get any damage down? There's a big ulti. Very quick charge there from Obsidian Fury. That's the power of the Reinhardt against this kind of bulk composition. He finds one kill on the Mei, and that's a big kill, but he does get taken down. Vito finds a return kill, and they just don't have enough Crocs to fight this one out here.
Yeah, they committed the slam. Unfortunately, he did only get one. He did charge it very quickly, which is good. Yeah, unfortunately, Oink and Yoink just have the staying power in their team composition. The Mei being very annoying to deal with. And Gutbuster pumping out loads of healing with the Coalescence, and just being on Mora in general.
The power of
Yep, 100%. Gonna be coming in here again, still not switching off this Ryan Zarya. Beautiful smile. Gonna be trying to cut off the Ryan. He does just that beautiful combo from the team, but Crocs there with the sound barrier. Managed to keep his team alive here. Can they get anything done? There's the kill onto Mito. That's a good start. Can they find anything more? Assassin JDB helping Obsidian Fury secure that kill.
Coming in swinging.
They are gonna get this point. Yes, they are. Gutbuster taken down, but it is 78 on the clock here for Oink and Yoink.
I do apologize for the error in production. I did forget to switch scenes. I am so sorry about that.
Wow, you guys are missing such a great game.
This is what happens when I have to wake up at 8 AM.
And also cast and also produce.
Yeah.
Alright, coming
Oh!
in here. Nice
Not
cut off
like
there.
this.
So it goes both ways, Paragon. Both teams have maze. Both teams can slice them up. Nice shadow, or rather not. Actually, Severin with a good shield. And more too aggressive. He gets cut off there. The wall is good, but they are down in numbers here. Oh, the maze stuck on top there. Manages to stay alive. Damage going in, right direction, but that Mei is way out of position. Soul Eater, not long for this world, and Gutbuster secures the kill on them there. Toxic Socks, Tox in Socks on the point here. But also not long for this world is now. They have to get out of there as quick as possible. Wait, no, sorry. Fluffy going aggressive there. Bit of a miscommunication there.
It's a bit of lost time.
And that could make a difference here.
It's 10% left. Looks
I think
like
they might have to go without him. I think they're gonna have to go without him.
he's nearly there. Talk's trying to catch him up.
Okay, they've got Assassin in the backline. He can touch. They can wait for him. They do get in there now. They split up a little bit. Maybe that was the correct choice. We'll have to wait and see how this one goes down. There's the grab in. Oh my god. Play with a huge follow-up from Cena there on the Death Blossom. That's a 5k. That's a map 1 for Oink and Yoink.
Yeah, very well played.
I don't know if you caught that, Para, but Severin ate the Mei ulti there while in the grab, and that, I think, actually won them that round.
Yeah, unfortunately I didn't quite catch that. But I mean, that was insane. A lot of ults going into that fight. But Cena just really cleaning up with that Death Blossom.
100%.
In such a tight space, you're always gonna find value out of that.
Can Oink and Yoink close this one out here on...
3,
What is this point called? Shrine? Shrine.
1.
Can they close it out on Shrine here? Can
Capture
Toxic
the
Crocs
objective.
bring it back here? Much better composition for them as far as I'm concerned on this map. Gonna be going back to that double shield. Gonna be running the Pharaoh as well. Oh my god, that's a ton of damage going in onto Oink and Yoink here. Already on the back foot. And Assassin already up to 50%. He's really comboing well.
72?
72, 73. He's gonna get his ulti long before anybody else. He finds Medusa, but they lose their main tag and he goes.
What is
my god! They
That's
were
a
not
3K.
expecting that. How could you expect that before the point even unlocks? Assassin
That is
JDB
ridiculous.
winning that one pretty much single-handedly.
And unfortunately with the Mei Reaper, Oink and Yoink don't have an answer for that. I don't know how they're gonna deal with that on this point.
No, and they're not running the Anna either, which is how we saw Fluffy Lethal Smile earlier in the series. So they're in a bit of trouble here, Oink and Yoink, if they don't choose to switch this up.
Yeah. Tox is also nearly already out of Valk. Fluffy nearly with the Coalescence too.
Oh, Gutbuster, very low. Oh, doesn't get taken. Fluffy taken down. That's a big problem. That means the Mercy has to rotate, try and keep the team alive, but she's not doing that. And Assassin JDB is not getting the kills he needs to bring his team back into this one.
Yeah.
Yep. Looks like ignore the Pharaoh was the play there, and they kill on Fluffy, set it up for Oink and Yoink to just push in there and win the team fight.
I just want to point out that is 100% Severin making that call. Just kill the Pharaoh's team and she's useless, and he's 100% right. As soon as you get the pick on the Moira, you immediately start getting value because the like you said, the Mercy has to rotate between everyone, and unfortunately that's just not enough healing when you've got a team barreling towards you.
Not at all, especially against this kind of composition. See if they can bring it in here. The Yoink finds the Reaper, but doesn't get anything past that Valkyrie. Pops here. That looks big, but it doesn't seem to be getting any kills. He does find Medusa. He's taken down. The Mercy gonna go for the res here. Toxin Socks brings him back to life, but a lot of damage going in here. Severin doing the work here. Finds Obsidian Fury. Picks up with Mito to find the kill and Soul Eater, but there's still decent amount of control here with the Pharaoh still alive for Toxic Crocs, but no, it doesn't look like they've got enough here. They're gonna have to back out of here. Putting in a lot of damage, but Assassin, JDP just not able to close this one out here for his team.
Yeah, well, looks like Oink and Yoink are saying, hey, Paragon, we don't need an answer for Pharah.
Yeah.
You know, we'll just make her obsolete. That's what they're doing. As soon as the team is dead, they can immediately just focus on, you know, mitigating her damage with the Sigma Shield and just general natural cover. There's nobody to force them out of those positions.
Oh, big boop! Splitting them up a little bit. They find kill Medusa again. He's getting picked off every single team fight here. Very odd for a Lucio player. Here comes the ulti in. Was that Ethan? No, it wasn't. Big combo of ultimates here. Flux. May ulti slick with the triple with the gravitic flux. Why are they? What gravity comes up so much in this flipping game?
Gravity is a harness. And it looks like Slick has harnessed the harness. Very well played from him.
Yeah, finding the triple there. Beautiful play, and now back in control here. It is 80-40 here. We're closing in on one fight territory for Toxic Crocs here. If they lose a fight, they may be able to get in here one more time, but it's going to be pretty difficult here.
They do have 4 ults to play around with.
They very much have the advantage here, and Reaper's going to struggle to get in the center there. They are moving forward. JDB with a backline kill. Help
Gets
with the
frozen
from Fluffy. He gets frozen, but he isn't taken down, and they don't have nearly enough to follow this one up here. They did use 4 ultis there though, including the Valkyrie.
Big stagger.
Just a Reaper ulti left to win this next team fight out, but Oink and Yoink not looking much better there. 2 ultis closing in on a 3rd coalescence there from Gutbuster.
Yeah.
But both teams pretty sparse at the moment.
Good play here from Assassin. He knows that now is his time to play really aggressive. He has his full team back on the point, and Oink and Yoink can't do anything about it. He needs to get in their face and try and delay their push now as much as possible.
That wall, that Yoink, beautiful sound barrier comes out for Oink and Yoink. Nice work from Toxic Crocs backing up and trying to stay alive. He pulled that really quickly. He was on 30% last time I looked. He does find 1 kill, but it's not enough. Nito getting the kills in the front line. We saw this before, Paragon. You mentioned it, but they need to get the kills before Oink and Yoink do, and so far, so bad for them. Oink and Yoink in control on the point now. It is 99%. If they die, they should be able to get in here another time. Will Toxic Crocs, but Oink and Yoink feeling pretty good about themselves right now.
We're seeing a comp change here from Toxic Crocs. We've got the Reinhardt up. Looks like they're gonna go Rhine Ball. They're just gonna try barrel in there. They're keeping the Pharah.
It's just a brawl. There's no plan here. Get in there. Get on point. Touch. Make something happen here.
3% left. They're testing.
Slick in on the point here. We are in double overtime now. Here comes the May ulti. Where did it end up going? There it is. Not enough.
Double Death Blossom.
Double Death Blossom.
Cena comes out on top.
Just a little bit better there as he finds the kill on Soul Inter. Not enough for Toxic Crocs. They were in control of the series on Temple of Anubis, but they let it go. And Oink and Yoink grab that opportunity with both hands as they go up and win their first match of the Talon Cup.
Absolute scenes. Well played, Team Oink and Yoink. They really brought it back. You know, on the first map, I wasn't so sure what was gonna happen, but you know, seeing them come back like this, I think Oink and Yoink are strong contesters for
there it is, Severin eating the May ulti there, and Cena.
Absolutely massive.
He doesn't eat that, he gets frozen, and that Death Blossom suddenly doesn't look as good.
Yeah, that was very, very well played from both teams. Absolute cracker of a game. Oink and Yoink, well played for taking it out. Toxic Crocs, don't be discouraged. You guys played your hearts and minds out, and you still have 4 games left to go. So qualification is definitely still possible.
Yeah. Do we have any results from any games, Paragon? While I look that up, why don't you tell me who your player of the match was?
I think, without a question, Assassin JDB has to take MVP for this game for me. I know Toxic Crocs didn't come away with the win, but the amount of value that Assassin JDB, he got on multiple heroes. I mean, even off meta heroes like Genji, building blades insanely quickly, dealing with key targets like the Bastion. Like, that's outrageous. Building a Pharah barrage before the point unlocks, that's insanity. So he's getting some absolutely massive value from a wide pool of heroes. So I definitely think he's MVP for this match, and I definitely think he is a player that we need to be keeping our eyes on next year when the new season starts.
100% Rage Quit Odyssey. Got a real diamond there on that team. I believe that team, Paragon, correct me if I'm wrong, is coached by Blur.
Yeah, no, that is correct. I believe so. Yeah.
I believe so. I'm sure he'll correct me in short order if I'm wrong. But, maybe that sort of coaching is paying off. We saw him making some really intelligent moves there. Far more intelligent, if I may say so, than we'd expect of a plat player. But really, really showing his stuff there, and I 100% agree with you. If not Assassin, I'd have to put my money on Severin. Bit of a boring choice, perhaps, but I think he really, really showed his strength there on that match. On the Sigma, we spoke about how aggressive he was playing, but seemed to know his limits pretty well. Seemed to be getting a lot out of the hero
Yeah.
in spaces where others might not.
Yeah,
So,
he also had a lot of key ultimates
yeah,
that are worth mentioning as well. For example, the very assertive ultimate on their defense on Anubis really, really slowed down Toxic Crocs' assault.
100%. The ones on Havana as well in attack and defense, closing out the round in both cases. Really solid play from him. But I agree with you, Assassin JBD, just for being the standout performer. Awesome to see that kind of thing from the Talent Cup. So, if you're just joining us, it's a bit late now, but thank you anyways. We just watched Oink and Yoink clutch out a victory there right at the end. And I mean, okay, hang on, let me just go back for a second. We have to talk about Toxin Socks or that big ass boop on Kings.
Oh yeah, how could we forget?
That's a player of the match worthy moment right there in itself.
I think in normal circumstances I would agree, but I think, to be fair to Assassin, he got value over multiple maps. Tox definitely was a standout player, I do think, for Toxic Crocs. He got a lot of high value beats, but I feel like a lot of that is just something that you would expect from a good Lucio player.
Yeah.
I think the boop is definitely a big standout moment, but I think Assassin, just the speed and that he built up his ults and the effect to which he used them definitely stands out a lot more for me. Maybe that's just because DPS is a more high profile role. I don't know.
Maybe.
But I'm still gonna say that it's gotta be him.
All right, I agree with you. I think Paragon. So if you are just joining us, we just watched a beautiful match between Oink and Yoink and Toxic Crocs. Toxic Crocs, unfortunately, not able to take that one. Oink and Yoink managing to win that war of attrition in what was a absolutely stellar match with some really awesome high profile moments. The boop, like we spoke about, some huge ultis from both Reapers on both teams, and just a lot of fun there. But Oink and Yoink will take that victory there in game 5. And we will be moving on to our next match, which is, I probably looked up this before I started talking, which will be the Group 2 match between Mango Juice and Poggy Woggy. Should be a pretty fun match. Mango Juice, Slick, we'll be seeing more of Slick. He's actually on Mango Juice, just subbing in here for Sanchin, as we mentioned earlier. Bandit as well, GM level main tank, formerly of Team of TC. A note as well, a really high profile European player, I believe, playing for
Correct.
2CP at the moment. Those are some of the standouts on that team. And on Poggy Woggy, we have, let's look here. We've got Not, well-known player from 2CP, known for his Widowmaker. Probably won't see that.
Formerly, I believe. I think
I think
he's
you're
retired.
Yeah, it seems that way. At least he's not confirmed a team for next year. Sully as well, Grandmaster main tank, formerly of DDC Divinity, really standout performer recently, rising up in the ranks. Probably looking, I have no confirmation, but probably looking at a very strong team for next year. And of course, Seraphim as well, our former Leiden brother Paragon. So, quite a few big names in that match. Should be a really fun match to look out for, and that'll be happening at about 12 o'clock. So, you just woke up, straight out of bed into the Talon Cup, go have a shower, have some breakfast, have a nice cup of coffee, and we'll meet you back here at 12 o'clock for that match.
Yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, guys. That was a cracker of a first game, and I'm sure we can only expect much more to come from today and tomorrow.
100%.
We'll see you at 12.